Hey, you. Come in, come in. Close the door behind you. God, that was intense out there tonight. I can still hear the ringing in my ears, feel the vibrations from the speakers in my chest. But you made it. You actually came. I saw you out there, right where you always stand, 3rd row, just a little to the left of center. You think I don't notice, but I do. I always do. Here, sit down, please. I know this is probably weird, me asking you to come backstage like this. You're probably wondering why I pulled you aside after the show, why I had security bring you back here instead of just saying hi at the stage door like usual. I promise I'm not trying to be strange or anything. I needed to talk to you, alone, away from the crowds, away from the noise, away from everyone else. Can I get you something to drink? Water? There's probably some warm beer somewhere in here, though I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, the glamorous life of a rock star. Warm beer and dressing rooms that smell like hairspray and old carpet. Not quite what people imagine, is it? You can relax. I'm not going to, ask you to sign an NDA or something. This isn't that kind of conversation. I wanted to see you, to talk to you, without 100 other people around, without cameras, without the performance. You've been coming to my shows for, 2 years now? Maybe longer? I remember the first time I saw you in the crowd. It was that tiny venue, the one with the sticky floors and the bathroom that didn't lock properly. We had maybe 70 people there that night, and you were right up front, just watching, really watching. Not on your phone, not talking to your friends, just there, present, listening to every word. I remember thinking, who is that guy? Why does he look at me like that? Like the music actually mattered to him, like the words meant something. And then you came back to the next show, and the next one, and the one after that. I started looking for you. Did you know that? Before I go on stage, I peek through the curtain, scan the crowd, and I look for you. And when I find you, when I see you standing there, waiting, everything feels easier, like I can breathe properly, like the show is going to be okay because you're there. I know that probably sounds, strange, obsessive, but it's true. You've become this constant in my life, this presence I can count on. Do you have any idea what that means to someone like me? Someone who's always moving, always traveling, always surrounded by temporary people in temporary places. You're the one thing that feels real, solid, consistent. And I know we've never really talked before tonight, not like this, not beyond the quick hellos and thank yous at the merch table, but I feel like I know you anyway. Isn't that weird? Like I've been having a conversation with you in my head for months, years even. And tonight I finally decided I needed to make it real. Needed to actually say the things I've been thinking. Because I can't keep pretending anymore. Can't keep acting like you're just another face in the crowd. You're not. You never were. God, listen to me. I'm rambling, I'm sorry. I'm still coming down from the adrenaline. My heart's still racing. My hands are still shaking a little. See, look, that's what performing does to me. It's like being on fire for 90 minutes. Every nerve ending lit up, every emotion amplified. And then it's over, and you crash, and suddenly you're just exhausted, raw, vulnerable. Which is probably why I'm being so honest right now. Why I'm saying things I normally wouldn't say. The performance strips away all the walls, all the pretending, and what's left is just me. The real me. Not the version on stage, not the persona in the interviews. Just Lily. Tired, a little sweaty, desperately needing to tell you something important. Can I ask you something? And you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but I need to know. Why do you keep coming back? To the shows, to see me perform? What is it that keeps you here? Is it just the music? Or is it something else? Because I keep trying to convince myself it's just the music, that you're just a dedicated fan who appreciates the songs. But then I see the way you look at me, the way you react when I sing certain lyrics, the way you stay after everyone else has left. And I wonder if maybe you feel it too. This thing between us. This connection that doesn't make sense but exists anyway. I'm probably reading into things, probably seeing what I want to see. But I can't shake this feeling that every time our eyes meet during a show, something passes between us. Something real. Something that goes beyond performer and audience. Am I crazy? Am I imagining this? You're blushing. You're actually blushing right now. And that tells me everything I need to know. Okay. I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it before I lose my nerve. The songs. The love songs especially. The ones about longing and connection and wanting someone you can't have. They're about you. All of them. Every single one. I know that sounds insane. I know we barely know each other. But I've been writing about you for over a year now. Every time I sit down with my guitar, every time I try to put feelings into words, you're there, in my head, inspiring every line. That song I played tonight, the new one, the one I haven't released yet, I look for you in every crowd. You're the only face I see, the only heart that makes mine beat the way it should. That's you. That was written for you, about you. And I know you couldn't have known that when you were listening, but I was singing directly to you, every word, every note. I've been doing that for months, performing these songs that are secretly love letters, hoping somehow you'd understand, hoping you'd realize, but you didn't. Or if you did, you never said anything. And I couldn't keep waiting, couldn't keep hiding behind metaphors and melodies. I needed to tell you, face to face, in plain words. You're my muse. You're the reason I write, the reason I perform, the reason any of this matters. Before I noticed you in the crowd, my songs were fine, they were okay, but they didn't have heart, didn't have soul. They were just words and chords. And then you showed up, and suddenly everything changed. Suddenly I had something to write about, someone to write for. Every song became a message to you, a way to express feelings I couldn't say out loud. Because how do you tell someone they've become the center of your world when they're just a stranger in your audience? How do you bridge that gap between performer and fan without making it weird or uncomfortable? I didn't know how, so I just kept writing, kept singing, kept hoping somehow the music would say what I couldn't. And maybe it did. Maybe that's why you kept coming back. Maybe on some level you understood. Or maybe I'm still just projecting, still seeing what I want to see. But your face right now, the way you're looking at me, the way your hands are trembling slightly, that's not the look of someone who's completely surprised, is it? That's the look of someone who maybe hoped this was true but never let themselves believe it. Am I right? You can tell me, you can be honest. I know this is overwhelming. I know I'm dumping a lot on you right now, but I need to know, need to understand what you've been feeling all this time. Have you felt it too? This pull between us, this thing that doesn't make logical sense but exists anyway. Because if I'm alone in this, if I've been imagining everything, then I'll apologize. I'll back off. I'll let you leave and we can pretend this conversation never happened. But if you felt even a fraction of what I've been feeling, then we need to talk about it. We need to figure out what this is. Because I can't keep performing for you night after night, writing songs about you, watching you in the crowd, without knowing if there's any possibility of something real between us. You're nodding. You're actually nodding. You're saying yes. You felt it too. Oh God, okay. I didn't actually think you'd say yes. I thought maybe I'd been wrong. Thought maybe I'd just ruined everything. But you're here, and you're saying you've noticed. You've felt something. Tell me what you've been thinking all this time. When you come to my shows, when you stand there in the third row watching me sing, what goes through your mind? You thought I didn't notice you specifically? You thought you were just one face among many? But you came anyway, show after show, because the music, because something about being there felt right. And sometimes when our eyes would meet during a song, you'd feel this jolt, this connection, and you'd tell yourself it was just the performance, just the moment, nothing real. But it kept happening, over and over, until you couldn't ignore it anymore. Yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping, exactly what I was trying to create. God, we're both idiots, aren't we? We've been circling each other for years, both feeling the same thing, both too scared to say anything. Me, because I didn't want to be the creepy artist hitting on fans. You, because you didn't want to be the delusional fan who thought there was something more. And meanwhile, we've just been wasting time, missing chances. But not anymore. Not tonight. Tonight, everything changes. Come here. Come closer. I need you to see me. Not as the performer, not as the person on stage. Just as Lily, just as me. Can you do that? Can you forget about the shows and the music and the whole fan thing for a minute and just see me as a person? A person who's been completely captivated by you, who thinks about you constantly, who writes songs just hoping you'll understand what they really mean. Because that's what I need right now. I need you to stop seeing me as this untouchable artist and start seeing me as someone who's falling for you. Someone who's been falling for you since the moment I first noticed you in that crowd. Is that okay? Can we just be two people who like each other without all the complications? You're smiling. You're smiling and moving closer, and I think I might actually be able to breathe properly for the first time in months. There. That's better. Now I can really see you. Can see every detail I've only caught glimpses of from the stage. The way your eyes reflect the light. The way you bite your lip when you're nervous. The way you're looking at me right now like I'm the only person in the world. That's how I look at you every time I perform, every time I find you in the crowd. Like you're the only one who matters, the only one I'm really singing to. And now you're here, actually here, close enough to touch. And I'm realizing I have no idea what to do next. No idea how to transition from fantasy to reality. I can perform in front of thousands of people, can pour my heart out on stage every night, but put me in a room alone with the person I actually care about, and suddenly I'm completely lost. Maybe that's okay though. Maybe we don't need to have everything figured out right now. Maybe we can just sit here, talk, get to know each other as real people instead of performer and fan. Would that be okay? Can we just exist together for a while without pressure or expectations? Tell me about you, the real you, not the person who comes to shows. What do you do when you're not standing in crowds listening to me sing? What makes you happy? What keeps you up at night? What do you dream about? I want to know everything. Want to understand who you really are beneath the surface. Because I've been imagining you for so long, building this image in my mind. And now I get to find out if reality matches, or if it's even better than I imagined. You work in... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And you live... Wait, that's only 20 minutes from where I grew up, before all this music stuff took off. We could have run into each other years ago, in a coffee shop or a bookstore, and never known what we'd end up meaning to each other. Life is strange like that. All these near misses and almost moments, until finally the timing is right. And you like, oh God, you like the same books I do, the same movies. See, this is what I mean. This is what I felt even from a distance. This sense that we're on the same wavelength, that we just fit together somehow. And I was right. I was completely right. You're telling me about your life, and it's so normal, so grounded, and I love that. I love that you exist outside of all the chaos of my world. Do you know what that means to me? To have someone who isn't connected to the music industry, who doesn't want anything from me except just me. That's so rare, so precious. Everyone I meet wants something, wants to be associated with the band, wants access or connections or their own moment in the spotlight. But you never asked for any of that. Never tried to leverage our connection. You just showed up, listened, appreciated the music for what it was. That's why I trust you. Why I feel safe telling you all of this. Because I know you're not going to run to social media, not going to sell a story, not going to treat this like some transaction. You're just here, being real with me. And that's all I've ever wanted. I need to tell you something else. Something I haven't told anyone. This life, the touring, the performing, the constant movement, it's lonely. God, it's so lonely. I'm surrounded by people all the time. My band, the crew, the fans. But I still feel completely alone. Because none of them really see me. They see the persona, the image, the brand. They don't see the girl who stays up all night writing lyrics in hotel rooms, who calls her mom crying because she misses home, who wonders if any of this is actually worth it. But when I'm on stage, and I find you in the crowd, and our eyes meet, I don't feel alone anymore. I feel seen, understood, connected. And that's become everything to me. That moment of connection. That reminder that somewhere in all this chaos, there's someone who actually gets it. Who gets me. You became my anchor. My reason to keep going. My reminder that the music still matters. And I didn't even realize how much I needed that until I had it. I'm scared, though. I'm scared that bringing this out into the open will ruin it somehow. That the reality won't live up to the fantasy, or that the complications of my life will drive you away. Because this isn't a normal situation. I'm not a normal person to date. I'm gone for months at a time. I have zero privacy. People analyze everything I do. And if we became something, you'd be pulled into that world too. The scrutiny, the pressure, the constant judgment. Is that something you'd even want? You're thinking about it. I can see you weighing the options. And I appreciate that. Appreciate that you're taking it seriously instead of just jumping in blind. But while you're thinking, can I just say, I know it would be complicated. I know it would be hard. But I've never wanted anything more than I want this. Want you. The thought of going back to how things were, of pretending you're just a fan, of singing songs to you from a distance without ever making it real, that feels impossible now. Unbearable. Now that I've said it out loud, now that you know, I can't go back. Can't unknow what I feel. So whatever you decide, whatever you think is best, I'll respect it. I'll understand. But I needed you to know the truth first. Needed you to understand what you mean to me. You're leaning closer. You're saying you want to try. You want to figure it out. Complications and all. Oh God, really? You're really saying yes? I can't believe this is actually happening. Come here, closer. I just need to be near you. Need to know this is real. Can I hold your hand? Is that okay? There. Your hand fits perfectly in mine, like I knew it would. I've imagined this so many times, what it would feel like to actually touch you, to be close enough to feel your warmth. And it's better than I imagined. So much better. I can feel your pulse. It's racing just like mine. We're both nervous, both excited, both terrified of what comes next. But that's okay. We'll figure it out together. One step at a time, one day at a time. No pressure, no expectations. Just us, learning each other, building something real. I don't want you in the crowd anymore. I know that's where we met, where all of this started, but I don't want you there anymore. I want you backstage. I want you on the tour bus. I want you in every city, every venue, every moment. Not as a fan, not as an observer, but as someone who belongs to me, someone who's mine. Is that too much? Am I being too possessive already? I can't help it. Now that I have you, now that you've said yes, the thought of you being anywhere but close to me feels wrong. I want to write songs with you beside me, Want to fall asleep on your shoulder on long drives between cities. Want to wake up and see your face first thing. I want you woven into every part of my life. Not just the performances, but the quiet moments too. The real moments. Does that sound okay? Can you see yourself in that life? In my life? You're nodding again. You're saying yes again. I don't think you understand what you're agreeing to. I'm going to be so clingy, so attached, so unwilling to let you out of my sight. You've been in my head for so long, and now that you're real, now that you're here, I'm not letting go. You're stuck with me now. Hope you know that. And I'm going to write so many songs about this, about tonight, about finally having the courage to tell you. The next album is going to be nothing but love songs, all of them about you. And this time, everyone will know. I'm not hiding anymore. Not pretending you're just inspiration from a distance. I want everyone to know. Want the whole world to know. You're mine. And I'm yours. And that's how it's going to be. Is that okay? Can you handle being part of my very public life? Because once people know, once they realize you're the one in the songs, the one who's always been in the songs, they're going to be curious. They're going to ask questions. They're going to want to know everything about you. And I'll protect you from as much of that as I can, but I can't control everything. So I need to know you're ready. Need to know you understand what you're signing up for. You're squeezing my hand. You're telling me you're sure. You've thought about this. You've considered the complications, and you want this anyway. You want me anyway. Okay. Okay then. Then we do this. Together. For real. Starting right now. No more distance. No more pretending. Just us. Building something real. Something that matters. And when I go on stage tomorrow night, you won't be in the crowd. You'll be side stage, watching from the wings, close enough to reach. And every love song, every lyric, every note will be for you, because of you, about you. And after the show, when the lights go down and everyone goes home, you'll still be here with me. Not a fan, not an observer, but mine. All mine. God, I can't stop looking at you. Now that I can, now that you're really here, I just want to memorize everything. Every detail, every expression. The way you smile when you're nervous, the way your eyes light up when you're excited, the way you're looking at me right now, like I'm something precious, something worth holding on to. That's how I look at you, every single time. I know we should probably talk logistics, figure out practical things like schedules and travel and how this actually works. But right now, I just want to sit here with you, hold your hand, listen to you breathe, exist in this moment before reality crashes back in. Because tomorrow, everything changes. Tomorrow, you become part of my world officially. But tonight is just ours. Just this quiet space between what was and what will be. Can we just stay like this for a while? Close together. No expectations, just being. I know you probably have to go eventually. Have work tomorrow, have a real life to get back to, but maybe just a little longer. Let me pretend for a few more minutes that time doesn't exist, that it's just us in this bubble. Let me memorize the feeling of your hand in mine, the sound of your breathing, the way you smell. All the details I'll think about when you're not here, when I'm on stage tomorrow night looking for you in a new spot. You're tired. I can see it in your eyes. It's late, and you've had an overwhelming night, and I've been talking your ear off for hours. You should probably head home, get some sleep. But before you go, can I ask you something? Tomorrow night, after the show, will you be here? Will you come back, meet me here again, so we can keep talking, keep building this? I know I'm being clingy. I know we just started this, but the thought of a whole day without seeing you, it already feels too long. Is that okay? Can we see each other tomorrow? And the next day? And the day after that? Until eventually it just becomes normal. Expected, right? You being here with me, part of my routine, part of my life. You're smiling. You're saying yes. Of course you are. Because you're perfect. Because you understand. Because you feel it too. Okay then. Tomorrow. Same time, same place. And every day after until you're so integrated into my life, I can't remember what it was like without you. Come here one more time before you go. Let me just thank you. Thank you for coming tonight, for listening, for saying yes. Thank you for being you, for showing up to my shows, for being the reason I write. You've changed everything. You know that, right? Everything about my music, my life, my heart. All because you stood in the third row and actually listened. Now go, before I convince you to stay all night. Get some rest. Dream about me. Think about tomorrow. And I'll be here, writing new songs, counting the hours until I see you again. Tomorrow, we start everything. But tonight was ours, our beginning, our confession. And I'll remember every second of it, every word, every look, for the rest of my life. This was the night everything changed. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. I promise. And every tomorrow after that. You're mine now. Don't forget. Sweet dreams, my muse. See you tomorrow, okay? I can't wait.